I'm pretty sure out of all the paint jobs on the internet, this one's probably the most controversial for whatever your reason is. But this machine is awesome. But unfortunately, it's broken. Right now, it's in third gear. And yeah, nobody's home. So it's a Spicer 43 series, which is the last of the decent Spicers. The 6800 that comes out after this is pure utter garbage. Do not race it. It literally will drop the reverse gear straight into the input and blow everything up. But I don't know, this is a pretty good machine. We got 3 bolts holding the seat down. It will not go into reverse because that's neutral. Steering wheel is high quality. Pro grade foot pedal. Right directly to the governor for all of the beans. Gotta love it. Alright, let's get the transmission out of it and see if we can fix it. In the dragster builds, I get a lot of questions about the brakes and stuff. And so I wanted to show this one is independent. So that goes to there and then down to there. And that's because on the dragster builds, we only use the brake as an emergency situation. We do not use the brake unless we actually have to. And the reason for that is because the stock lawn tractor caliper likes to stick for a little bit as it's taking off. It doesn't just kick back like a spring load caliper does. And so every little bit counts. So therefore, all of our brakes are independent on most rigs. This is actually a trick that recently a subscriber told me about. A cinder block and a scissor jack line up perfectly to drop it out and not drop it on the ground. I've been doing this for like 11 years now, and I never knew that trick. So yes, I do read your comments when you make suggestions, and thank you. Alright, let me get our new Hitbox toaster out of the way. This is a cool little unit that just got sent in for beta test. So I wanted to confirm that this is a Spicer 4360. It's from 1994. Okay. Now, let's run some diagnostics on this so that we know what it probably is before we even open it up. If it was the rear differential that blew, we would probably see chunky spots here. There's nothing there. We can spin one side and we see the other side spin. We're in 6th gear right now. So if we spin this, we should see this move. So we're going to spin this, and we got nothing whatsoever for axle movement. So we know that somewhere from here to here is obviously disconnected. Now, from here to the brakes, we can test by grabbing both of these, rolling them forward simultaneously while it's in gear. We should see this spin. Now, look at this. It just dropped in, so there must be a tooth missing on it. Okay, no connection, no connection, and all of a sudden, it spins around one. So somewhere, we've got a tooth going, either the input gear from this is gone, or the gear that transitions 90 degrees into the cassettes here is gone. At least that's my prediction. So now we'll grab our T30 bit And after we get this pulley off and after we pull this, we'll pop the rest. Are you trying to acclimate them to outside?
She got on my shoulder.
All the better to poop on you?
I can shower.
You can shower?
Clothes wash.
This one, stupid. This one, adventurous. This one, too smart for its own good. And that one likes people. Don't let it get your eyeball.
I know.
You'll be a one-eyed wonder.
Hi.
Well, here we go. Let's crack this thing open. Oh, come on, shifter. Stay down in there. Oh, never mind. Yeah. We're just going to pull the shifter linkage out. Shifter fork, I mean. Now, don't see any teeth missing, which is where I was expecting to potentially see teeth missing. Well, that's interesting. That should be sitting in 6th gear, and nothing seems to be moving. I'm wondering if the shift keys are gone. So, if we flip this over, that's the gear I was expecting to find exploded, and it's in perfectly fine condition. I was wrong. This did not blow the input shaft gear. This blew the selector. So there's little tabby pieces that run back and forth. And I'm going to bet that once we pop this out, that we're going to find those broken in 2 pieces. Alright, John's going to run camera for me. But basically, this right here slides back and forth, and that's how your gears change. And if we pull this out all the way off of here, there should be 2 of those. And one obviously does not look like the other. And that would be why it is that it was not shifting gears. So somewhere inside of these is the other half of that thing. So we're going to pull this up and take everything off the end of this, placing it in order, because there's going to be washers that have to go in a certain order until we find the other half of that thing. Now, in case you manage to lose something or get things out of order, the number side of the gear goes that direction. So there it is, right there. So that right there is what caused all of the fun issues. Every once in a while, I'm wrong. Turns out on this video, I was wrong. Transmission shed's getting a little on the beat up side. I had a porcupine get in here and rip a bunch of stuff down and everything else. But this should be the shifter that we need. And that's a 4-key one there. That's the expensive one. This should be a 2-key. There we go. So we'll take these over, clean them up a little bit, and see if we can fix it. Not wearing gloves in order to stay clean. I'm wearing gloves as one last reflection of the fact that these get absolutely razor sharp like a chisel, and if you accidentally run across, it will take all your skin off. So we've got the shifter fork right here, and you can actually see where the shifter is. We're going to pull on it and pop it loose. There we go. So there's our shifter ring, and there's going to be a notch on these. The notch is going to set into the inside. We're going to set these 90 degrees from each other, and then attempt to slide them down through, which is oftentimes way easier said than done because everything is greasy. A couple of pine tree needles, those are definitely helpful. There we go. So now we have to get them through the ring and then into the gear set. So we're going to push them in while pushing down on this, and it's going to pop. And at that point, we're back in. Alright, so it was fighting me because I didn't have all the gears all the way over to that direction. And now I've managed to put the key in the wrong direction, so now I've got to rotate and get the key going the right way. There it goes. Now I got to make sure the key's in the right direction on the other side. And now everything should line up. And we'll get the gears into the right spot. And a lot of it is just plain methodically shifting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I already cut my glove right there because when I shifted, I caught it in underneath. Now we should be able to stick this gear onto the end. And we should have a washer and another one of these keyed bushings. I'll actually show you up close the key that I'm talking about. See it there? So lift this up, put the gear on, put the shim washer, and in this case the key goes towards the front. There we are. At this point, we should be able to rotate and move everything around. Well, I've been doing this a long time. Never in a million years would I have guessed it was a broken shift key. You don't see that very often, and so I just really didn't think about it. But at this point, that spins up. Whoop. Open diff. Thank you for screwing up my video. So that spins up, and if we thump it all the way the other direction, should be able to get it to do reverse, which it does. So there we are. We're going to go throw it back into the machine. I don't start up other people's racers, especially governor overridden racers and stuff like that. All it takes is that one time that you don't know the rig and you punch it too far, and next thing you know, you're paying for somebody's engine. But I will post a link to a video that has this machine racing last year or the year before. I don't remember which one it is. But if you hunt through that video, you'll be able to see this machine in action out at the races. Thanks, everybody, and have a good day.